So if you guys recall or don't recall, we recently did, what was it? We did some wrap over on the scoops over here. And we attempted to go down there and get those scoops done, but it didn't happen. But I mean, the main point overall is just ripping out some interior, take the scoop out. We're gonna spray that scoop and get it nice and black as we have as the scoops up front. And the approach that we're gonna take when it comes to taking these scoops out, we're gonna have to end up going into the interior and rip a lot of things out. And this will be my first time doing this with a coupe. I'm aware how to do it with a convertible, but with the coupe, it's maybe a little different. Off the rip, when we get into the back of the car, we can see that, you know, obviously all this has to be taken out. So I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna try and take out everything on this back seat as far as the back seat. And then from there, we're just gonna kind of wing it, dude. I have zero idea. By the looks of it though, the first thing I'm gonna start to get to is gonna be these 3 bolts that are on top here. There should be 1, 2, and 3, and then we'll see, we'll go from there. So we got that little deck lid off of the car, and I think the next thing I'm gonna wanna do is you flip this over. You should have 3 good old fasteners on the side here on both ends, and want to remove those, and then we'll be a step closer to taking this whole panel out. So I have all the clips removed, and now, or fasteners rather, and now I think the best thing I should do as of right now is to take out the seat, or at least the bottom end of the seat. We're gonna slap those back up. And usually with these cars, it's as simple as just going to the little fasteners that are under the seat. It's like a little white tab. You kind of push it in, and then both of these pieces will just pop up, and you can remove the seat out with ease. My opinion, instead of using a flathead, that way, you know, you're not scratching up your interior. Easiest way possible. Get, you know, some trim removal tools, you know, plastic ones that like Harbor Freight, or even, I'll put some down below. So just to give you guys a close perspective, you got one here, and you're just moving this tab right here. Pushing that in, that way you are able to get this stud off of that tab, then the whole seat pops up. And last thing you gotta do is just take the seat belts off, and the seat is ready to come out. And now before we're ready to tackle on the panels in the back here, the 2 things you have to do before you're able to do so. There's clips right here that are onto the rubber, so you just remove those. And as well, you got this whole trim panel right here that has to be removed. Should be held up by like maybe 4 clips on the inside. Just to show you guys, you know, this is the other side, but clip, 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 and clip. Now sometimes these will potentially snap off of the plastic, considering that it's 20 years old, you know, and it's plastic, and this one's bent, so it's like things are willing to happen, you know. Don't worry about it. So now that we got everything off, this should end up coming out with ease. I just got to make sure I put these seats back down so I can have the room in the back to make sure it comes forward. Just to show you guys, we should have some plastic trim, some clips right in this area. Maybe a pain to get out, but you'll eventually get there. Start from the bottom, kind of work your way up. So what I feared I may have to do, I still have to do anyway, but it's not that bad. Check this out. All we got going on right now is that it looks like this piece, so me trying to pull onto the bottom trim down here, it's interacting with this top part. And the top panel looks like it comes out with just, you know, obviously unscrewing the seat belt. And for that, you're gonna need a T50 Torx bit. And looks like we're gonna have to also go into the little hanger back here, screwdriver, a little simple Phillips, unscrew it, and then remove the panel with the fasteners that are held into it. And that's pretty much it. Goes to show you that you may also just need to do this extra bit, because here's what we found out. We ended up taking this top panel off, which is right here, and we also found out there's another fastener holding this panel in, which is right around here. So once we remove this fastener, this whole panel should just move forward and out of our way. So now that we got both panels out, we are ready to tackle the actual scoop, which will be located right inside here, but you can't really see that. But I can guarantee you that the scoops are held with like 2 or 3 bolts on it. So just remove them and the whole thing should pop right out. And just so you guys are aware, you are able to get the 2 other nuts. I did say bolts, but they're 2 nuts. You can get them right through here on the bottom side, or this side, whatever you want to call it. And for that last particular nut, just go right up top, remove one of these grommets, and then you'll be good to go to put a nice old 9mm in there and take that last nut out. Just a quick confirmation on these scoops. You got 3 studs. 1, 2, 3, meaning 3 nuts to take out total when you want to take the scoop out. So we got both scoops in front of us, and the approach we're going to be taking this is we're going to be using this engine primer, and that's only because it's all I had here. And as well, we did buy a little flat enamel. That way, we could just make sure that this sticks on here with ease. And as far as prepping this goes, we are going to end up taking out these little plastic inserts of the scoop, you know, because they're fake scoops technically. We're going to be taking these out. Then we're going to give this a quick clean with a rag and some lacquer thinner, just because it'll take everything out in one shot practically. And then after that, We're gonna scuff this down, clean it one more time with some alcohol, and then prepare to actually primer it and then paint. Note to self, you guys don't need the engine primer. You can use any enamel primer-based spray paint. So just keep that in mind. It's what I have. That's it. That's all. The only reason I'm using it, because I have it. So I got these all cleaned up with the lacquer thinner, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys. If you are thinking of using lacquer thinner, don't. I'm only using it because it was easy at the time, and I mean, this stuff's strong. It'll get on your hands. I don't care, but up to you. If anything, what you can use is a simple alcohol, 90% or 91 or 71%. Doesn't matter. Either or will work. But now that it's all clean, we're going to be doing some scuffing. And the reason behind it is mainly because I basically need micro scratches onto the actual surface. That way I can have the primer and the paint stick without ease. Or with ease, rather. And I got this Brillo pad here, or the scuff pad. I don't know what grit it is. It says fine. So, I mean, it's good enough. Use that. You'll be good to go. Now that we got these scuffed down, time to basically put some alcohol over this and just wipe everything till it's dry, and we're ready to prime and paint. So now that we have both of these scoops scuffed and clean, they are pretty much ready for some primer. So we're going to be putting about 2 coats of primer and then do 2 coats of black, and then we'll see where we'll go from there.
Question.
15 minutes later.
Just finished putting a second coat of primer onto the scoops, and I'm going for this like dry look because essentially it's primer, so I still want something that's a base to stick the black onto. So we got this going. We're gonna have our fan on up there, and I'm just gonna wait about 15 minutes and then come back over here with the black spray. So for the first coat, I really just wanted to get a nice thick layer kind of on there. That way it can just immediately kind of stick. And, you know, we have small imperfections within the inside, but we'll be able to go back over those little imperfections right after, once this dries up. So when it dries, a second coat, and then maybe for drastic measures, we might give it a third. We'll see how this turns out. By the way, I'm just showing you guys what I'm doing. I'm not telling you to do it. So just, you can follow along or you don't have to. Whatever, dude. All dried up and looking pretty good. And now we're just going to add another coat, see if we can get some of these imperfections and see how it looks. What I'm going to be doing, since I'm on a time crunch here, I have a little heater right over there. We're going to point that heater a bit towards these with the fan on, and then make sure everything cures all nicely. So we got these pretty dried up, got the inserts back in there, and it still can use a little more curing, but honestly, I'm just going to slap these on because I need to get this done and over with. So I'm going to install everything and put everything back together with the car, and then we'll see the final result right after.
A few moments later.
Let me tell you something. Slowly but surely, this car is coming along. Check this out, bro. As we got the entire interior back together, we're going to come a little bit out to the side. Wait, what? Check this out, dude. These look absolutely amazing. Completely just transformed the car. I mean, are you kidding me, dude? How do I say no to this? What's going on, bro? I will say one thing. If you dig a little deeper into it, it's not professional, clearly. You know, it's just me. Come on. We basically got like this little drippy drip effect. You can kind of barely see it, somewhat like right here. But when you're about a good old 5-10 feet, it looks amazing. Like, come on. It's a wrap, dude. Guys, and with all that being said, if you guys found this video enjoyable and or helpful in any kind of way, Be sure to leave a like, and don't forget for your boy, be sure to join the clip by simply smashing the subscribe button, and as well as ring the notification bell. Until then, it's my boy Chris Rod, and I'll see all you beautiful people in the next one. Peace.
Deja que ella te arrebate, pero no la maltrate. No es simplemente una mata. Préndele, dos cachas y sube para